Greetings. Welcome to this video blog for this week. I'm really excited about our topic today. I'm recording this at the General Conference, the building you can see in the background. I'm off at a little picnic table outside. It's an absolutely fantastic day. I'm tempted to slip away and go mow my grass or do something, but it's just a fantastic weather. It's about 72 Fahrenheit, just perfect. The noise you hear in the background, the General Conference is on a highway, and there is an air conditioning unit nearby, but I think it's going to be okay for just a few minutes. I'll go back inside when I actually do the recording. But I wanted to talk to you about what we're going to be studying for this video and the next two videos. What we're looking at is note-taking and memo amounts and memo accounts. They're sort of related concepts. Maybe you'd say they're not related at all, but they're just sort of additional features that are underused in the SunPlus world. And so what we are looking at today is going to be a note-taking, and the next video is going to be on memo amounts. And then to really fire up the power of note-taking and memo amounts is memo accounts. So you need to, if you want to know all about note-taking, you've got to watch this video and then the third video on how to do note-taking and memo accounts. And if you, so if that makes any sense. So it sort of takes memo accounts to really get a lot of power out of the note-taking. You're going to see some power today. But today's video is going to look at the scenario where the organization has loaned money to another organization, and how to document that and all the transactions and to capture the committee action in the accounting system in note-taking. And you're going to learn something very cool. I promise you, you're going to learn something very cool about the ledger entry from this video. Now, I want to make sure some of you that are at the schools can see the value of this note-taking. I didn't mention it in the main video that's coming up, but in the main video that's coming up, consider the schools. At Mission College, we had students would come in and talk to us, and we'd have all these folders capturing all of our conversations with the students. Imagine capturing all of those conversations in the accounting system, so you could sit and anybody could open it and see the conversations that have happened. So just a student comes in and says, I can't pay you right now, but I'd like financial clearance because I could pay you in 1 month. Or I would like financial clearance because I have a sponsor and you've got an email from Fred McInerney promising to pay. Well, you could capture all of that in the accounting system. And then when you're following up with the students, you've called the student up and said, look, you need to pay your bill, or you've met with the student. You can capture that in the accounting system. So while you're watching the example today, for all of you schools and colleges, think about using the accounting system to think about applying this, think about applying the example to your particular problem of managing all those big amounts of student receivables. So I hope you enjoy the video today, and God bless you, and keep watching. Thanks.
Okay, let's get started. Today's topic is, to me, is just a lot of fun. It's one of the most fun things I know about in Sun Systems. And what we're looking at is the idea of note-taking. Now, I don't mean note payable, note receivable. This is notes, just to formal notes to document the transactions in your accounting system. What we're looking for in the SunPlus world is the idea that the accounting transactions are self-defending, that there's enough information, enough support documents that the auditor should be able to look at them and be completely comfortable without having to ask questions or get explanations. And that's sort of the goal we're looking for. And so our teaching methodology this morning will be on this case. We're the South Indian Ocean Division. The Executive Committee on January 31st of 2009, it was their agenda item 21, okay, 2009-21. Maybe they're using some sort of code like EX to indicate that this is the Executive Committee agenda. 2009 is the year, -21 is the item. Okay. The Executive Committee voted to authorize a loan of $100,000 to the North Indian Ocean College. Okay, good old NIOC. Rah rah. Okay, the repayment schedule is $10,000 every 6 months, due on June 30th and December 31st of each year. The loan is secured by the SIC, the guest house at 456 Smith Street, Rangston, and then this is an interest-free loan, assuming repayment schedule is met. Okay, so what I've done a little bit of preliminary work for us already. I've set up the account. Okay, North Indian Ocean College. All right, it's got the right class. It's a U.S. dollar account, and it has the MOP settings. It has the fund as mandatory, but the rest are just optional. And we go okay, and we exit with that. We can go back over now to ledger entry to record the actual loan. Okay, let's see if I can find, let's just find us a good one here. And JV and loan to North Indian Ocean College. All right, something of that sort. And we go okay. And the first entry, the debit here, we will go down to our A accounts. You guys that are watching this know much more about doing a ledger entry than me. All right, so we go right here, and now this is that the account is the North Indian Ocean, so we write we write a description that is the mindful of the fact that it is going in this account. And so we will do loan to authorized by Executive Committee. All right, we don't need to say loan to North Indian Ocean College. That's obvious, since that's the account the description is going to appear in. So it's a debit, and we make this entry for $100,000. Okay, the date is so forth there, and then we're making this loan and the period of 0001 to 2009. Okay, January when they did it, and we put down a yes here that we just so that's satisfied, and we go. All right, now this is the account, North Indian Ocean College, and in a minute we'll go to the cash account. Well, we want to put a note in this account that describes this loan. So in every ledger entry screen, you should see a notes button. If we have left it off of your screen, let us know and we'll get it. But somewhere that says the word notes, and so you click that, and here is a place where we can enter the note. So we'll just come right over to this transaction. The EX tells us it's Executive Committee of that date right there. That's the action. We copy that, come right in here, and where are you? There. Come on. All right, so we copy that and we get it right over here and paste that baby right in there. All right, and when we get and we could type in the note, do whatever we want, and we're pretty happy with this entry. So we go to a new line, and then we go to just get the cash side. So with a single post, let me grab something here, and this is for 100,000, and this is the credit, and I think we're good to go. Everything looks good, and we post it. Okay, now 6 months go by and they make their payment. This is nothing new for you here, so just patiently watch for a minute. So we do $10,000 payment coming in June, and we just use the current period just to keep life simple for me, and we're debiting, and so the description in the bank account is going to be payment from NICC, and so do new line, and then we go to the NICC account, and let's do a little better than that. Put the all right, and now payment from NICC, that's okay. It's not great because it's already in that account, and it's June, sounds all right, and we do 10,000 here, and there's nothing new for you here. I mean, all of you watching this know this better than I do, and we credit their account for the payment. It's in June, and put in the flag, and we do post. All right, so they made their first payment. Now we go to the next payment in December, and December the payment doesn't come in. In January, the CFO of the college calls up the treasurer here and says, I'm having real problems making the payment. And so the CFO has a long discussion with the treasurer, and the treasurer now of the Indian Ocean Union makes a memo, makes a note saying what went on. So memo of conversation. Now the emphasis is there's no transaction going on, and the account that he wants to record the note on is the North Indian Ocean College receivable, and memo of conversation with John McNamara, McMurray, and the date is, he could put in the date of that conversation, and the period, and so we're put in that he did this as of the conversation here. He wanted to leave a note that was about why it wasn't collected in this month, so the auditor can know that we're behind this, and we don't put in an amount. And there's something where we've got to put in the debit and credit, just a little problem with the rules. And since this is the North Indian Ocean Division, North College, it's requiring a flag. It's an A account, but flag is not, the memo is not relevant. We wouldn't send that out. And it looks like we've got this here. We've got the whole thing, and we're ready. And so we go to notes, and we he writes a note about the why the payment hasn't come in. So let me just fake this real fast. Talked to John about the payment. He can pay in February. He assures me that they will be back on schedule by June 2010 due date. I have casually mentioned this to the other officers, and we all agree no additional committee action is needed at this time. Now this note is not a post-it note. This is a formal on the record note, and you're going to see what's happening. Alright, so we've got the note recorded, and now here's the new thing that you did not know. So we've not made any amount here. We're not making recording a transaction. We don't have any debiting or crediting problems going on, or balancing problems, and so we just come down here and hit post, and that baby post. That is crazy. And so when we've posted this note, it produces a JV. So this is why I say this is not casual notes like John is coming to see me on Friday. This is a note that is on the record for the auditors, and it's there in the files along with all the other JVs available to be studied out. So we could see our notes and get to our notes in Q&A and making a report. And so this Q&A report that I put together here is actually left over from previous videos when we made a statement of account in a previous video, and it basically has these prompts. I don't want to re-engineer the entire statement of account for you, but the heart of that statement of account is this query right here, this summary report. And the summary report is filtering on all these values up here. It's linking the account and so forth over here. And then it is feeding out the date, the journal number. Okay, you can see the heading across here. Let's see if I can get it to see. There we go. So we have the date, the JV number, JV and line number, the transaction reference and description, and the amount. And then the new and interesting thing is the note, okay, that's connected to the JV number. And this text is right here, is an attribute, is a data value that comes from the very bottom. Okay, it is the next to the last data item in the entire list. Okay, so we brought over the base amount, we brought over the JV number, the transaction date, the journal number, line number, transaction reference, description, and then finally the text. Okay, and to get the biggest challenge of this entire process is to get that text to the note to look correct, and the way to get it looking correct is we came over here and we said automatic column width and height would it be fed from the summary report coming this way. And then one additional thing for formatting is that I took that entire column where the notes are going to appear and went to format the cell, and on alignment I set wrap text, and then we're all set. So let's see this report fire off, and we'll run the little query here. We'll go pick up the account. I know I have it in here somewhere. All right. And you see, so here's a statement of account, and here are our notes coming in that we've recorded on the transaction. So this first one was a note that we added to a transaction. The second thing here is a note that we added to the account, but it wasn't attached to the transaction. It's just attached to the account on the date. You see the date we had the conversation and the date, the period, and so forth. And so that is cool. So I hope that you enjoy that. Next video is all about memo amount and doing the memo amount. So stay tuned for that.